What's good? It's your boy TJ Grayson, and welcome to episode number 32 of the Realest Living Podcast. I know it's been a little while since we've uploaded. Been on trips and shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But yeah. So just be sure to hit the socials in the description. Find it on all my social media and stuff. And of course, if you want to be a guest on the show, hit me on one of those socials. Okay, we have two returning guests, and I'll start with we start like I said with the newest first. So making his second appearance on the show, sir. If you could introduce yourself.
Briley, 2 times, third time's a charm. So, what's up?
All right, and history making 10th appearance on the podcast,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Hey,
Yes.
Gains.
All right. Now I told him like after you get to 10, I'm gonna have to make a compilation of all your good moments. So if that's motivation for any of y'all to come back. All right, so I'm not gonna start off with a random quote or anything. I didn't write that down. I literally kind of wrote this like 3 hours ago. So we're just gonna go into topic number one. The first topic is men being vulnerable and being judged for it. Now, this is a topic that you actually presented to me, sir. So, what exactly are you wanting to kind of dive into when it pertains to this topic?
So it'd be like in the space of. So let's say every man has a vulnerability, let's say, to their daughter, and it's easy for a man to be vulnerable around his daughter when she shows that, or when he brings that side of him. Every man has a vulnerable side, but some of them pick and choose what things bring it out. And my thought about it is I see a lot of females that judge a man for being vulnerable, for sharing his emotions. Either they say he's being weak. They might not say it consciously, but their actions will eventually over time say, well, he's too emotional or he's too this and he's too that. But we all have struggles that we go through in life. Everybody does. It ain't like a man is except from or exert from anything that goes on. So I see a lot of times when you start to really get into like the relationship side of it and you start prying through your emotions and dealing with it and showing what makes you, whether it be you have a problem, like it's just problems, whether you have a problem with jealousy, like that makes you feel vulnerable, makes you feel weak, anything that makes you feel weak. I feel like men have those times, and I feel like there's also women that will pry on them times when a man is being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So there's a lot in that, just saying men being vulnerable, being judged about it. I think that the main thing is like when you try to be vulnerable with somebody and they take advantage of everything you told them and then use it against you because they know that's what makes you feel weak or insecure.
Well, I would say for that reason alone is why I don't think men should be vulnerable with women at all. Personally, like maybe like to a certain extent, but I feel like a lot of women have like one chance with a guy to kind of like what's the word, abuse his vulnerability, him opening up about it, and then he's closed off forever. Because I think some people put posts on Facebook, and I always get shit for it, but this girl put this post on Facebook. Guys, vent to women. Women do care. I was like, what a bunch
Shit,
of bullshit.
that's
And
bullshit.
like all these girls, like, oh, you're just talking to the wrong girls and all this stuff. But you just go through and look through the comments, and just about every guy on there is talking about how it's a bad idea. Don't do it. And I'm like, it's not a coincidence that just about every man knows not to open up to a woman like that.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I feel like you should be vulnerable with your close guy friends, but with a woman, especially a woman that you're dating, I don't think it's a good idea because I don't think women are built to deal with vulnerability from men because they look at us to lead and be protectors and all that shit. So like,
But do they though? Or
huh?
do they want to be the leader? Have they lost their? Not saying not to categorize women as they need to be this or that. Do they want to be the leader? Do they want to be the boss in charge of all the money and everything? Is that a problem?
I think that is a problem, but I think that women don't necessarily want to be the leader. They just want the perks of being a leader. They want to be the pilot and the co-pilot,
Yep,
if that makes sense. They want the perks of being a pilot, but they don't want the responsibility of being the pilot.
for sure.
but they want the leisure of being the co-pilot. So, yeah, I just I don't know. I mean, that's just my personal opinion on it. I don't think being vulnerable, like, all right, a girl tell me the other day this dude like was crying in front of her. I was like, you do not do that. You don't cry in front of no, especially a woman that you're talking to, trying to get with. That's a big, big no no. She's gonna lose respect for you. Girls can sit up here and say this politically correct shit like, "Oh, I want you to be honest with me, and I want you to cry to me." No, they don't. No,
No,
they don't.
they hold that in.
Oh yeah, when they get mad, remember when you fucking cried
Oh,
like
for
a
sure.
bitch, and then you want to punch them. You know?
I'm saying anything that your vulnerability brought up, they're gonna use it against you.
Right. I think that you should definitely just be vulnerable with your guy friends. And see the thing, like guys are better to be vulnerable with. And I would say for women, if they're going to be vulnerable, I would say that it's good to be vulnerable with females, but more so with even with women. I would tell them to be vulnerable with men as well because women are not really women are vulnerable, so they're not really able to like deal with it because they themselves are vulnerable and they can't even deal with their own vulnerability. That's why they come to men, for advice and to vent because men are generally better listeners. Men are gonna actually give them like that back and forth dialogue that they if they like well something's wrong, then they'll offer like alternatives and opinions and stuff like that. That's why that's why I say they lean on men. So I don't think that being vulnerable with a woman is a good idea. I think it's just better to, and we do get judged for it by women, and then we get judged for it by women, and then we're told that we need to be more vulnerable.
Yeah,
It doesn't make any
that's what
sense.
I'm saying. There's two sides of it. Either you're not, or when you are, it's too much.
Yeah, yeah. Like I always find that women like to be like men to be vulnerable, like to a certain extent, because I'll talk to women and they'll be like, "Well, I just want my man to be vulnerable." I'm like, so if he's coming home every day from work and he's whining and bitching and crying about how he got treated at work, well, not every day. I'm like, you don't want him to be vulnerable. It's only vulnerable with like because like if you come home from work crying every day, your man's not. I mean, he might get annoyed, but at the end of the day, he's not gonna like lose respect for you. He's just gonna be annoyed as shit. Like, oh
It's
my
like she
god,
being a woman. She's
yeah, she's
being
right,
way too
exactly.
emotional.
She's just being a fucking woman. So that's just me, my personal opinion on it. What about you, sir? You ain't got nothing.
I mean, you gonna be vulnerable to me. I'm just gonna tell you what you wanna hear. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and if you don't like it, oh well.
I'm telling you, brother, truth will scar women really bad.
Cause they don't wanna hear it, but they know it's true.
Well, it's the same with vulnerability. Like they want men to be vulnerable until they're vulnerable, and then it's a problem. And they want you to tell them the truth if until you tell them the truth. Like how do I look in this dress?
And
I'm
then
kind of
you,
big.
Yeah,
then you a bitch.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you see what I'm
And you
saying?
don't give a
Don't
fuck
ask
about
me to
them.
be honest, and then get mad when I'm honest. Like you want me to give you what you want me to tell you what you want me to tell you, not the actual truth. So that's why I always say like to women like that's why men lie because like when you tell them the truth when men tell you the truth you get shit on anyway. So
Do the same shit their friends do. If you want to hear all that shit, talk to your friends. They're gonna build you up and tell you everything that you want to hear.
yeah,
When it come to us, just get like you said. That's why they usually come to a man when they want that backing to make them feel halfway like what's going on, but maybe not about like their outer appearance or anything like that, but like what the fuck's going on in my life. And you're like, look, you're fucking around with all these,
mm.
and you don't need to be, and that's why your life's going this way.
But I would say I
Change.
would say in their credit a good man because a lot of other men will just say what they want to hear to fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's some Sims out here, bro. Like, like I don't know what it is. I'm just I cheated on him 4 times and he won't take me back. Well, that's his fault for not finding a good guy. I said that's what dudes will say. Like they'll say some dumb shit like that to try to get some pussy. So it has to be like a genuine man. I would say the best advice that a woman can get is from a guy that's not trying to fuck him because he's gonna tell her
Facts.
raw. Or a guy that doesn't care. Like me personally, I don't. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I don't care if I lose the ability to fuck. because I don't care. Plenty of bitches out here, you know what I'm saying? And then not only that, but I'm cool by myself. If I don't gotta like, you know what I'm saying? So that's just that. But anyway, do you have anything else that you wanted to say about that too? All right. Well, the second part of the first question topic: what is ruining relationships in 2023?
Social media.
I was about to say it. Yeah.
Okay, how so?
Needing that confirmation. Do I look good? What am I doing? What are they doing? How do you feel about me? It's all about likes and loves and like what you see in the pictures, what you think you're gonna get. Like the whole dynamic behind it is a lot of women that didn't get what they wanted when they were younger, whether it be not judging, but whether they didn't have a father figure in the home, come
Plays
from
a
a
big
broken
part.
home, and they're wanting that feeling of being accepted or like somebody giving them the attention they want, whether it be negative or positive. That's how I see it. And then when somebody goes to treat them, goes back to the last one, they were kind of, when somebody goes to treat them, how they see them in a picture. And then they're like, oh, treat me like that. Well, your titties are hanging out. So, I mean, like, what do you expect me to do? You expect me to be upfront and respectful when you're not respecting yourself in a different light?
Oh my God. Talk your shit. I think me and Jaylon had this conversation the other day about women like getting all on social media, twerking and shaking their ass and stuff, and then expecting dudes to be like, "Wow, that should be my wife." Like, fuck no, fuck no, fuck out of here, bro. I think I told him in the car too. I think a lot of the women think that they can just do what they want with no consequences. Like nobody should judge them, and the thing is, nobody should, but they are. Like that's the thing. Like I don't. We can't operate off of should, could, and would. I had this really big argument one time, and I'll actually save that for later. But it was really stupid. About people think that the world, they don't understand how cruel the world is, bro. I just say that. But why do you think social media is ruining relationships in 2023?
Why don't you post me?
Ugh, ugh.
Why don't you
That's
post me?
facts.
Yeah, that's the
So we can
grossest.
flash back to,
What do you? Who do you need validation from if we already know what's up with us?
but you can post them though. Can you post them, but they can't post you? Is that kind of what you're saying? Like, let's say you can post them on your social media because you have a certain people that her people don't know, but she can't post you because she don't want who she's got on there to see you.
No, I'm saying as in like if if you with a chick, y'all together, and she asking like why don't you post her?
Ah,
I find that most men don't post their women on social media, and they're smart. I wouldn't. I mean, my thing
because
is,
somebody else is gonna want them.
well, that, and I just think, like he said, like who we seeking validation from, bro. Like every time when a
That's just
girl
right.
comes up to me and says, like, I want him to show me off, my first question is, to who? Like, who do you want to be shown off to? Because for me, it's like I I have a problem if the girl that I'm with, if her mom doesn't know who I am, if her brother, sister, her best friends don't know who I am, I got a problem with that. Show me off to them, right?
Yep.
Because those people are important to you. So that would mean that, you know, I would like for you to, yeah, I'd like to be known to them. But some random bitch from work on Facebook or in Australia or something, I don't give a fuck. And my thing is like, I don't need the validation of people that probably won't even be at the wedding if we got married type shit. Like it's not that big of a deal. And like you said, once you post on social media, not everybody's in your business.
That's what I'm
Y'all
saying.
break up. Oh, what happened?
Somebody's
What
sliding
happened?
in.
What? Oh yeah, you posting pictures and stuff. Everybody's all in your business. It's just not. I don't think that it's a good. I don't know. Like posting on on social media is crazy. People like say there's no such thing as being private and all kinds of shit like that. I'm like, that's just bullshit. That's like a young mind type thing. Like when you're younger, yeah, you want somebody to show you off and all, but when you get older and you really realize that I don't give a fuck about these people, You
You get older,
that
you just
shit.
want
Think
peace.
think
Yeah,
think about it. The older people, not saying like 60, 70, but like 50s, 40s, 50s, the ones that ain't got social media. What validation do they need to get anybody? Everybody already know what's up with them.
their relationship is the validation, bro. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like, people who've been together for 20, 30 years,
I don't need.
that is
Yeah,
enough validation for me.
I ain't got no need
Yeah.
to post you on anything. We done been together this long. Everybody know who I am. Your family know me.
Yeah.
I'm always over there. I mean, vice versa. Shit.
Yeah, it just makes me think like the relationship is like, like that Kardashian shit. Like it's
Who
for show.
who do you want to see you?
Exactly. I
Yeah.
say it all the time. Like one dude told me one time I couldn't understand why men won't show their girls off, and I'm like, I asked him earlier, like, do you care about the people of like opinions of people in here? He's like, no. I'm like, so why would you want to show your girl off to people whose opinions don't matter to you? It doesn't make any sense to me. But whatever. He's thus changed since it's changed his mind. But for me, I think what ruins relationships in 2023, um, a couple of things. One, lack of communication skills. People don't know how to talk. People so used to talking to each other like on the computer and on their phone or whatever, and not in person.
Facts.
They don't really have good communication skills, and when they're upset, they don't say it, uh, or they just so I think for men, a lot of times they don't say their emotions for partially what we said before, but two because they don't want to argue, or three because they're simps and they don't want to like make the girl mad and make it seem like I'm gonna lose you. I don't want to say something that piss her off and then she leave me. So I think there's that, but I also think, have y'all ever heard of like this idea of called the illusion of options? It's like now that we have social media and stuff, like, and women have men flooded into their DMs and stuff like that, they just always feel like there's a better deal out there. So why would I like sit here and deal with you when I got 40 dudes in my inbox telling me they'll, eat my ass or some shit? I don't know. It's really crazy because I don't think a lot of women can differentiate the fact that dudes have two lanes. And we can fuck you and not give a damn about you, and then we could date you. And there's two type of like lanes. Like I said, there's some women that I've definitely have sex with. I would never ever even consider dating.
Dating 'em, yeah.
Yeah, but women don't seem to understand that because women don't usually they don't like sport fuck like we do.
It
You
co-
know.
it always it always comes down to the end. Like after a couple hookups, it comes to the, are we not catching feelings? Like,
Hmm.
no, we ain't. Had somebody ask me that the other night, like, we're not catching feelings, are we? I said, mm-mm.
And it
Hadn't
blows
heard
their
from them
mind.
since.
It blows their mind too that we can differentiate that.
But I can sit there and lay it down like, I'm not gonna go through this, this, and this.
It don't matter.
I ain't about to deal with all this. We can just keep it like this, and everybody's fine. You don't get hurt, I don't get hurt. We all go home and sleep. Like,
Yeah, but you can go over the blueprints and tell them, and I think a lot of the times,
They still get mad.
oh
or
yeah,
they'll still catch feelings and stuff, like because, or I think a lot of times they agree. Like I've had a lot of girls who've agreed to like be like friends with benefits or whatever, and they thought that their pussy was going to be good enough to convert me into wanting to have a relationship. And I'm just like, bro, if your pussy is good, it's just going to make me want to fuck you more. It's not going to make me want to get in a relationship with you.
No cap.
Like, that's crazy. But I mean, women, like I said, but I think a lot of women go around thinking that we're the same. Like, we like the same things men like the same things women like, or we should like the same things that women like. And it's just not true. We don't. But the last thing that I think is ruining relationships in 2023 is a modern feminism. I think feminism teaches women that being submissive and being a lady, a feminine woman, is weak. Like you have to be this
They,
strong, independent ass.
That's what brought up this topic is watching videos of what you just said. People
Of
saying
course,
that same line.
everybody thinks that it's okay. All these women think that I can't, I can't have a man take care of me, and I can't have. And like it's like they think that if they are a housewife, then they're not living out their potential. And I'm like, I'll just be real with you. I know a lot of women that are nurses and a lot of women who are, in the field that I'm in and stuff. They don't fucking like working 50, 60-hour weeks.
No.
They don't like working all night and stuff like that. They're not built for that. They'd rather be, and most of them always say, I just wish I had a man at home to just take care of me. You know what I'm saying? So,
but when you get it, they don't want it.
exactly. And that's the problem. Like I said, feminism has I don't want to say brainwashed, but conditioned these women to think that being a housewife and a feminine woman is weak. And you have to be strong and you have to make your own money and you have to make a lot of money and you have to think, but it sets women up for failure in my opinion, because a lot of the things that feminism tells women to do, we don't give a fuck about it. Like, I
Mm-mm.
don't give a fuck how much money a girl makes. My thing is like, what are you doing here? Like, if I come home and I smell food, and you come and you give me a back rub and you ask me how my day is and I ask you how your day is, I'm fine, bro.
Yep.
But if you're and if you're working and you come home and do that, that's great too. But a lot of women, when they get off work, they're not trying to come home and do that. And I don't blame them, because when I work, I ain't trying to come home and cook. And
Mm-mm.
and not only that, but when you have kids too, it makes it even worse. So, like, that's why I be telling people, like, like, women just have been conditioned to think that being a woman, a traditional woman, is weak and beneath them. And they even make fun of women that are traditional women, that are housewives and stuff like that. Or they just act like listening to a man is like, or following the lead of a man is just like the worst.
And that can go back to like social media and then watching whoever your favorite person is on there and hearing how they live their life and thinking you need to live their life like the majority of women that you watch on there.
I mean, yeah, you got like the city girls and all these, saying, fuck these dudes, and I don't need no man, and I don't need this, and I don't need that. And that propaganda, they love it, and they fall in love with it, and they go out and they do this dumb shit. And in their quote unquote prime years, when they're younger, they out here in the streets fucking, right? And then they end up with these dudes that fuck them up and give them all this trauma and all these kids. And then by the time they get in their 30s, no disrespect, but by the time they get in their 30s, that pussy ain't worth nothing. You got a couple kids, you got a whole lot of trauma. Respectfully, you probably gained some weight. What are you asking me to take? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no kids. I done built myself up or whatever, and I have to get a worse version of you.
They want you to take the trauma and everything that come with everything they've done been through.
And the baby daddies.
Ugh.
So it's like, I don't know. Like,
What you say about the kids?
man, fuck them. Fuck them kids, bro. Fuck them. Fuck them all. I'll punt them. Punt them to the 20-yard line, bro. I don't do no kids. We'll get to that later, because I know that we got a deal breaker question. So, all right. Well, anything else on ruining relationships in 2023? All right. I hope y'all actually wrote a list down, but I'm sure y'all probably didn't. Top
I got this shit in my head.
5 rappers of all time. So how we can do this is, everybody, we can start at your 5, right? Or y'all want to start from top to bottom?
I got to put them in order, like greatest to
I
least.
put mine in order, but you could say 5. Like, you can put them in whatever order. I'm gonna start from 5 and go up, though. You just name one and then you tell me, why they're on, and then we'll just keep going around. Okay. I guess I'll go first. My number 5 all time is Eminem. I mean, I put him there. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna sound crazy too, but it was between him and Future, and I really was gonna put Future up there, but because for me, like, I'm looking at the quality of music and how good you rap. And I don't personally think Eminem's songs are as good as how he raps. So, but how he raps is really really good. So I have him at 5. Um, he's definitely one of the best like lyricists of all time. So that's just my number 5. So what about you, Jason? Or it don't have to be your 5, just one of the top 5 that you have.
I'm gonna go from top to bottom.
All right.
You already know. Number one is definitely Weezy F.
Okay. All right.
Ain't just what it is. Ain't no explaining that he's just the best
Okay.
to me.
Okay. What about you?
Mine's gonna be in no order. I'll just start. I'll go back. He's on my list, so I'll go somebody else. I like J. Cole.
Okay.
I just like. Now I'm not old enough to really went through. I mean, I was around during like Nas and Jay-Z and all the like lyrical rappers that thought about their raps and put like some vicious thought and making real poetic rhymes and like making a lot of sense and being like a real what they call a rapper's rapper. But J. Cole kind of does that for me. I feel like the way he can put songs together, the way he can put words together. I like his lyricism in the way that he speaks. I feel like he's a modern rapper's rapper with his content.
I agree. J. Cole in the top 5, I'm not tripping.
And before we start, Starlito's trash
Facts.
and Don Trip.
No. No.
Both of
Not
them.
the second one.
Both
Not
of
the
them.
second one.
Both of them.
Not the second one.
What kind of buttons you got over here?
Hey, they not the one I'm saying.
Oh man, what you? Oh man, right.
I don't know about Starlit. Starlito is, I don't know.
Neither one are trash.
I ain't gonna say Starlito is trash, but I don't know. I think Starlito's a damn good rapper. I just think that for me, Starlito has the LeBron effect, where his fans kind of make me dislike him a little bit. My stance on LeBron has changed a little
Dub,
bit.
he talking about you.
Yeah, definitely Dub. Yeah,
Yep.
he be tripping, but I definitely don't. I don't understand the Don Trip one though. That dude,
Right.
Just
I
never.
don't understand that one
I
though.
mean, I've listened to
You tripping?
a lot. There's just it's really nothing's got me like.
Shit.
just
I
to
mean, like
hold up
I'll say that his songs aren't just like, but bro, like his lyrics are crazy. Like that motherfucker be saying some shit.
Hell, Lito do too.
Man, fuck. Like I said, the fans for sure. If I would have never like if I there's a couple of people that have ruined me for him, and if it wasn't for them, I'd be straight. I probably would say he was all right, but nah, it's the motherfuckers, bro. He'll drop like an album and maybe have 3 bangers on it, and motherfuckers be like, no skips, and I'm like, bro, that's crazy. Like it's almost like they're like trying to make me think that he's better than he is, and I'm like, bro, like no, like if you had just let me rate him on his own, he'd have been all right, but no. Anyway, my number 4 is a little controversial, but hey, it is what it is. Drizzy, Drake Rogers, number 4 for me, for sure. I wouldn't say that he's like a top tier lyricist, but the motherfucker got some bars, and man, he got classic albums to me. Take Care is a classic album. I really like Scorpion. Views is okay. Um,
those first ones, like when I was like a sophomore in high school.
I think. Well, I don't know what the first one. I think it was like. I don't remember what it was called, but the one he just dropped, bro. What was it? What's that shit called? Is it something with for all the dogs? I think, and then the Scary Hours. That's one of the best albums I've heard. Like that might be album of the year for real. I don't know because Gunna's album was fire too, but bruh, for all the bruh, that album, like bruh, like there's so many bangers on it, like
Yeah, for all the dogs, scary hours.
yeah. And then the Scary Hours was fire too, bruh. Like yeah, Drake. Like it would be hard for me to sit here and say Drake's not top 5 just because it's like Like, dude has so much fucking, so many bangers, bro. I just can't. It's hard to like just say like, no, no. So yeah, Drake's is number 4 for me.
Uh, number 2 is gonna be Mr. Parker. Mr. Park.
Oh, Tupac.
Yes, sir.
Ugh. Me and my brother did this thing where we like sat and we just like listened to all the Tupac songs. It's a tough listen, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's tough.
He's not on mine, but I'm saying he has good, very good songs.
Oh,
Like,
see, y'all missed what I said. I didn't mean tough as in like hard. I meant tough as in like it's hard to listen to them because they're not. I don't see the appeal. I don't. I don't see the appeal.
in my opinion, that a big appeal come from him. And like I said, he has songs that are like that'll move you. Like Brenda's Baby is like, you sit down and listen to that song. That song's kind of shocking just to listen to the content of it. But my thing is, his was shock power. Everything that he was going through in his career at the time brought a lot of attention to his rap career. Not saying that's the only thing that brought him attention, but whether it was the beef and the prison stints, the shooting the cop or undercover cop, whichever way it goes, I feel like that brought in the same way with Biggie. A lot of his attention was garnered doing the same thing. He's a pretty good lyricist too, but I can see what you say where it's hard to
It's hard.
listen to some of his music, but you can't admit some of his songs that he does have are
No, the bangers are
like,
bangers.
yeah.
Yeah, but other than the bangers, though, it's like.
Yeah.
But anyway, But I'm not tripping. I mean, I would imagine most people have Tupac
Yeah,
in their
for
top
sure.
5,
For sure.
at the very least top 10. So, yeah. All right.
So, Young Boy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
New wave.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just a new part of
He's
it.
a new generation over here.
Young Boy. Wow. I had a problem with Young Boy too back when I like a while back because again they treated him kind of like Lito, where they just thought like he didn't miss. I think my brother said that one time. That
See,
he didn't miss.
when I first got on him is when my second year out of high school, I think, when he come about, 17 or 16,
Mhm.
something like that. And that's when I got on him and thought that the 38 Baby album was, a halfway decent album. And I've just been following ever since. And I mean, it's hard to sit there and you can't sit there and say that you've listened to every one of his songs because the volume of work that he puts out,
Puts out a lot.
a
but
lot. But in all that, you can go through and on every app besides this last album. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't like one song on it. But other than this last one, I could at least find 2 to 3, maybe 4 songs on each one, or maybe more, that I can sit there and just listen to.
Well, the thing is, like, when you put out like 15 albums in a year, you're dropping
Yeah.
like 150 songs in a year. Of course, you're gonna probably have some bangers on there, but like, I don't know. He's got the records and all that stuff, and he's got all the, but I don't know. I think I think he's a tad bit overrated, just a tad bit, just a little bit.
And a lot of his power and fame comes with shock value too. The things he says, what he does, how he acts.
Well, I think it's also too is like he's I wouldn't say he's mainstream, but he has mainstream like fame. Like everybody knows who he is. But like I said, some people just say some crazy shit.
I'm not saying like he's the best ever.
Well, no, I'm saying, but there's
Definitely
people that
not.
a lot of people say that shit. A lot of people call him the GOAT, and I'm just like,
The GOAT's already been mentioned.
facts. But okay, well, I'm gonna tell you my number 3 is somebody that you mentioned already. My number 3 is Biggie. He has generational bangers. I've always preferred him over Tupac, always, because I just thought that he was so smooth. He rapped nice. His songs were like, bro, man, no matter where you go, bro, like you can turn on that Juicy. Most people are gonna know. Damn, I should have put Snoop Dogg in my top 5, but it's okay. But I'll take Eminem off and put Snoop Dogg at number 5. But um Biggie, Biggie is my number 3.
My number three actually was Biggie.
Gotta have Biggie in there, man. All
So
right.
Lil Wayne's on my list too. Been being a kid listening to his music. Literally, you can name a million songs. If it ain't his song, he's featured on it, and he made it. The way that he can throw metaphors out and similes in his rap, make one verse have 15 different meanings. If you sit there and play it back and listen to one line, you're like, that could mean this. He could be talking about this too, or he could be talking about that. It makes you think when you sit there and listen to him.
It's that Weezy F.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wonderful. My number 2, if the guy that you just mentioned was not alive, to me would be the GOAT. And that is he's the best of this generation to me, and that's K Dot, Kendrick Lamar, bruh. I think he has intellect. Now I will admit, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, it's not for everybody, and it's not something I would listen to over and over again. But there's a lot of messages in there that are really really good, and Kendrick is just like on a different level of rapping. Like him and J. Cole, like to me, are head and shoulders as far as lyrically above any of the newer like talent of rappers to me. But I would say that that first the damn album he dropped, classic. What's the fucking Good Kid, Mad City, classic. I don't know about To Pimp a Butterfly. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But generational talent, man. I think Kendrick Lamar is a hair shy of being better than my number 1. But yeah, that's my number 2.
My number four is gonna be probably Jay Z.
Okay.
I mean, he's just been. I mean, look at him.
It's consistent. I'll give him that. All right.
All right, so what am I on? 4. I'm on 5.
4.
4.
Yeah.
I'm on 4. I'm gonna put Drake on there.
Yes, sir.
Got to.
Yes, sir.
That man was monumental to pussy getting when I was in high school. There's a lot of songs in them first albums he come out with when he was in his like simp era. When
Oh yeah, yeah.
you throw those songs on, whether you're at a dance, in the car with somebody.
Oh man, the meat done got hard. He ready to stick something. Oh shit.
Bro, Drake has so many songs that you forget. Like I was in the car and like they played "Fake Love," and I was like, I fucking forgot that he had this song. Like, he has so many bangers, bro. It's crazy. And you're right. Like he has the Tootsie Slide. He has Hotline Bling for songs you can dance to. He's got the Take Care album has all these slow songs that you can dance to. Plus he's got other songs. He's
It's like
got
he's went through phases.
man. He's got features. He's got bro. Like dude is Trizzy Drake Rogers, man. Okay. Well, my number 1 has already been mentioned, of course. Wheezy F Baby.
Yes, sir.
Please say the baby, the GOAT. And if I'm gonna be honest with you, other than Kendrick, to me, it's not even fucking close. Like, I don't think people understand. Like when I was growing up, bro, like I think between like I want to say like '08 to 2011, bro, like nobody else was even relevant,
Bro,
bro.
that mixtape run between that
Man.
time was
Then he dropped the Carter 4-2, which had a bunch of bangers. Then he dropped I'm Not a Human Being 2, I think, or whatever. I mean, he had Sorry for the Wait, No Ceilings, bro. Like, and the thing is too, like
Weezy.
features too. Like I remember when I was in like elementary school, like he was getting on DJ Khaled's song, and then he dropped the Drought 3, which is bruh. He got on all these niggas. I'm sorry, all these niggas beats and murdered them, bruh. Murdered him. Like, dude, made, bro. And I remember like in that time period, bro, T.I. came out with a banger ass album. Young Jeezy came out with the Recession album. Didn't nobody give a shit because
No.
this motherfucker Weezy, and every song had him on there, bro.
It's Weezy F.
Man, come on, bro. Weezy F baby, and the F is for a lot of shit, bro.
It's like T-Pain during that run. You wouldn't find
Man.
a song that didn't have him on it.
Right. And like T-Pain's massively underrated. But I was gonna say, like, also too, like I feel like bro, like he just bro, dude. And bro, even now he's still like killing the shit, bro. He's still killing shit now.
I ain't got bars.
I don't understand why motherfuckers is not like, bro. When I saw they put that Billboard list out, remember when I first started podcasting and we looked and they had this motherfucker at 7, and I was like, 7?
Damn. Who was one?
It was Jay-Z. Trash.
Right.
Sorry, I mean
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, Jay-Z challenged Lil Wayne, got bodied, like put their albums out at the same time. Wasn't nobody bumping that shit, bro. They was bumping that Wheezy, and then he got on his beat and killed it.
F.
Come on, bro. Like let's
F for fuck 'em.
look, bro. Like we gotta stop. I know Lil Wayne, but Lil Wayne's really not even a new generation of rapper, but he peaked kind of in our generation, like in the 2000s. But let's stop, bro. I mean, come on, bro. Dwayne Carter, bro, the GOAT. I don't even need to say anything else, bro. But I could sit here for another 20 minutes talking about this dude, bro. Song after song.
One song
after
that I
song.
can remember, like listening time, but like not even saying it's the best song, but a song you sat there and like listened, and I think I was out of high school when London Roads come out, and he talked about when he got shot. Have you ever heard London Roads?
Mm-mm.
It come out on the Fuck Weezy album, the FWA album. He released that album on some platform, and I guess they had a legal dispute and they took it off. But if you ain't never listened to the song London Roads, listen to that motherfucker. That song, I sat there and listened to it. It'll make you sit there and just.
Hey, look, he got a bunch.
It made me sit there and reflect. I'm like, this motherfucker right here is.
He got too many for me.
You
to
listen
pick a
to him,
favorite.
bro. Like I swear, I can't even think of a favorite, bro. I got so many that I listen to, bro.
Oh, you can't pick a favorite. Anybody that can is.
I don't even like. We could have just did like instead of top 5, bro. We could have did a top 10 best Weezy songs or something, and I probably still wouldn't have been able to get it, bro. Dude is, bro. Come on, bro. But anyway, that's my number 1.
My number 5 was Mr. Drake.
Yes, sir. Gotta have him in there. Surprised you. I thought you was gonna say Dolph. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, you know I wanted to, but
Yeah, Drake. Gotta have Jason.
I mean, he
Oh shit! What I do? Okay. All right, your last one.
My last one's
oh man,
hard to pick between. There's 3 people that I want to put in the top 5.
between who?
Project Pat,
Mm.
Future,
Mm-hmm.
and Dolph.
Oh man,
It's got to be Future, bro.
yeah.
It's
I'm
gotta
thinking
be Future.
Future
It's got to be
because
Future.
everything that he's done, like I remember when Streets Calling come out. I was like, what?
Bro, listen.
15, 16 when that come out. And I can remember listening to that motherfucker on repeat.
I can't.
Every song.
Only reason I can't say Dolph is because he wasn't out yet.
Career got cut short a little bit.
No, Dolph wasn't out yet. Future with him was
When we were in
yeah.
school.
Oh, yeah.
When we were adolescents. Young.
I would say you just got to give it. Future to me is the closest thing. And some people would say he's better than Drake. And I wouldn't even argue with him. Like, I'm not going to sit here and like, I wouldn't even argue with him. But like Future, bro, like, come on, bro. Like, man, hit after hit after hit after every single song, bro. Like, there's 3 people I think that I want to hear on a feature in 2023. One is Future, another is 21 Savage, and then I'd probably say Cole or Drake. Sorry, Drake. So
In my opinion, I think 21 Savage is overrated.
what?
Even though I bumped his music hard when he
What?
first came out, I don't really like him that much.
What?
Not even lying. Don't care if I get judged. for it.
Overrated.
What? Well, I don't think he's overrated because nobody really talks about him, and that's why I
Maybe for the people that don't talk about him, but I mean, been aware of his presence ever since he dropped Slaughter King or Slaughter Tape.
Boy, that's
oh
that one.
boy,
Hey.
what?
All that was
Yeah,
like,
right there, Dan. There's no skip now.
Oh god,
yeah,
it's
you
close.
could listen to all that repeat. Like when he first come out, I'm talking like No Heart come out with like,
Anger, man, and
but
then
after all that is he kind of like lost the step.
Oh,
how?
Me.
No, he got better. Look,
I
bro,
don't think he got better.
and he. I think he had the best feature run of 2023 too. Anytime, any song he got on, he made it instantly better. Like, bro, and you could name like
21.
so many like classic combinations with him. Like him and Dirk make bangers. He get on a song with Drake, he make a banger.
That's another one I don't like people hate that I say.
What?
Him.
I don't like Dirk.
Oh man, bro. Oh my god.
I come here to shake shit up. I don't,
It's
I
a
don't
good
like
thing my
Dirk
brother's
either.
not here because you he fucks with Dirk. But 21 Savage on any and Dirk's another person I'd love to hear on the feature too. But definitely 21 Savage, bro. Like it don't matter what song. He been on slow songs. He's been on fast songs. Give me 21 Savage. He gonna make my song a hit, bro.
He's good, but in my opinion, I just don't see him as like. If you have a top 10 rappers, he's in the top 10 like of right now.
100%.
But in my opinion, he's not like top 5.
Well, that's fine, but I mean, I don't think anybody would. I wouldn't say that among the rappers we have now, anybody would put him in the top 5.
But like you said, he is really good on features.
I think
That's a T-Pain. That's like a T-Pain thing.
Oh,
like any
no,
song
but
you can
he,
touch.
He makes bangers too, though. Like he be making bangers
Hey, he
too.
capping over here.
Yeah, he be making bangers too. Like that's the thing. Like he'll kill a feature, but hey,
My boy.
if he drop an album right now, bruh, it's tearing the streets up, bruh.
Can't believe my boy Thug got free Thugger.
Man, yes sir. Don't tell me you think he overrated.
No.
Okay, I was finna say.
You better not.
Young
Negative.
Thug is also up there with Future, Drake, and them because people.
Thug had that run at the same time that it's like 2015 through
Man,
that little era right there.
killing it.
Yes.
And he was making songs that I thought were like the best, like of the best in each year. Like there's a couple years where I can say he probably had song of the year, at least song of the year. But
Like all the slime seasons.
oh my god,
Those are
man.
up there.
Okay. I'll add a little question and we'll just do it quickly. So who do you think are the top 3 best right now? And we don't have to do that swapping stuff. You can just tell me your 3.
Drake's one. Gotta be.
And I mean that's like currently making like consistent music.
Like what I'm like actively listening to.
Yeah. Like that's dropping.
Go Young Boy. Anything he drops, I'm gonna download it, whether it's shit or not. Like I done admitted, this last album he come out with all the crying and like no like real rapping that I actually like to hear him do. But Young Boy and Drake are 2, and just somebody I've been listening to. I think Babyface Ray. I like Babyface Ray.
Interesting.
Yeah, nah.
What about you?
Drake. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. We got Drake, Lil Baby,
Oh man, underrated as fuck.
and Young Boy.
Oh, okay. Right now for me, Drake. I'm gonna say Drake, but this is just my opinion. Drake. I'm gonna say Lil Baby too, and I'm gonna say Gunna.
I wanted to say Ghana too, but he ain't. He wasn't out.
I'm gonna change
No, he
Babyface
dropped
Ray to
early.
ESTG. Now to sit there and think about it, I listen to ESTG more than I listen to Babyface Ray.
I don't fuck with ESTG. That ain't gonna lie.
I like him.
He got a
Yeah,
couple.
alright.
But I yeah, Gunna to me like
Oh, but if we're gonna
album of the
if
year
I
if
can
it
put-
wasn't
if
if
we
it wasn't
gonna
for
do
Drake.
that, I'm gonna take Who I say?
I think you said young boy, little baby, and Drake.
Drake. Yep.
Yeah, I take young boy out and put Gunna in.
Yeah. That's perfect. Gunna is man. Nobody like him, bro. I dead ass if I dead ass would put him in my top 5 for real. I ain't gonna lie, but but I can't not right now. But give him some more time, bro. Like, bro, drip or drown too, bro. Come on, bro.
Banger.
Banger, bro. What was that last one he just dropped? Gift and a curse, banger, fucking banger. Okay, all right, we're gonna move on to the last topic. Um, they're just what 4 questions? Yeah. All right, so biggest deal breaker. Question number 1. I'll just tell y'all mine because y'all already know. Kids is a huge deal breaker for me. The biggest one of all. I can't do it, man. It's a L. Fuck them kids for real. I mean, I just can't. Especially multiple. One is gonna be a lot. There's gonna have to be a lot of shit in place for me to fuck with you if you have one kid, but it's rare. But more than one, no, especially more than one with multiple baby daddies. Hell no. Big L for me. That's my biggest deal breaker.
Hey, why y'all don't look at me? uh, biggest deal breaker. You not wanting to have kids.
Okay. I don't think that's a bad one.
No, not if you don't have kids already. And yet, at that point, like, why not?
Yeah.
Mine is starting to be yours. The more that I deal with this shit,
I'm telling you, yeah.
but I love kids. Like my nieces and nephews, like I love kids. I'm good with kids, but
Oh, the people that don't have kids are usually good with kids.
but it's like when somebody's
Oh, he'll make a good daddy.
yeah, and that's what gets you sucked into a situation like that, and you forget about all the other red flags that come. Like, oh, kids,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't get me sucked in. I
And
would
then you
make a
get
good dad to my children. That's not with you.
so I'm gonna say mine is kids too.
Yeah, like I mean, when you came on the podcast last time, and I know like you didn't have kids, and you were talking about like I was like, just give it some time, because I promise. A lot of times we don't think about stuff like that, you know. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful women out here with kids, and it sucks. And there's a lot more women with kids than women that don't have kids. But man, that's just a lot. It's a tough ask to ask somebody to come
Yeah,
in
and
and
especially being with the first one I was with and thinking the kid was mine and not end up being mine and her having another kid that I knew wasn't mine. That was a big factor. Because me and her wasn't never together before pregnancy come up because we had an agreement that we're just friends with benefits and that's all it is. And then the kid situation come up.
right.
And the second one I got with had a kid. No, it wasn't mine. Dealt with that. Got close to the kid because you'll end up getting closer to the kid than you will the parent because the kid ain't gonna like. Kids are still pure at heart, most of them at least, and they don't know how to like if they're young. I'm not talking about older kids, like if they've been injected, whether it be a bad household or anything.
What age are you talking?
Like before 5,
No,
like 3,
no,
2, 3, and 4.
they bad, and
I mean, they can act. They can act bad, and I understand that they can act out. But from my experience dealing with the girl that had a little girl, that little girl changed something in me, like the way I seen life and how to treat people because I knew that like I'd been around boys, like younger boys, and knew how to parent a boy, and then I was around a little girl. And when a little girl like looks up to you and you can like see her learning things from you, it kind of changed. And kids can be bad. I'm not saying she was an angel all the time,
oh sure,
but
no,
they still give you that sense of that. It's pure love. Like this is one of the purest things that there is to like love somebody or somebody to love.
I would I would disagree because I don't think that you could feel that with someone else's children. With your own, yes, but personally, me personally,
Yeah.
I don't think you could ever like. I always hear people say, "I love them like my own." No, you don't. You'll never love them like your own. It'll be like a cheap imitation of what it is, but it'll never be like
Cause once
your own.
once y'all done, that little motherfucking bitch ass kid, that son of a bitch wasn't worth a fuck. He didn't clean. She didn't do this. She
Yeah,
didn't
like
want.
once you and the mom break up, you're not gonna keep. A lot of people ain't gonna keep in contact with them kids. A lot of them ain't gonna get the opportunity to anyway. But it
No, and that's the downfall about it. But see,
yeah,
the
and
girl I was
that's
with, I was like at the hospital before, like I didn't find out it wasn't mine until 3 months later and took a DNA test because I was like, look, shit's not adding up here.
yeah.
This is not my child. So I got to experience, what it was like to have a kid, quote unquote, that's actually mine.
Hmm.
For a while, I'm like, that's my kid.
And we had this conversation on here
Yeah,
before.
I
Not
could.
me and you, but I'm saying like me and my dad. He asked me a question. He said, "What would you do if you were with a woman for 10 years and you were raised that kid for 10 years and you've got a DNA test and found out she wasn't yours? Would you stay or would you leave?" And I was like,
Get the fuck out of
I'd
here.
leave. Like if like we,
Yeah.
because
I'm pissed. I'm liable to knock a hole through your
yeah,
motherfucking throat.
because in the whole time, then you start thinking about the whole time you've been together, like you've known this and
Yeah,
just been
she lied to
lying
you.
about this shit. Like what the
So
fuck else you lying
if you
about?
been lying, why ain't you just give me one
Well,
and we could have just avoided all me even thinking anything, and I would just thought it was mine the
Yeah.
whole time. But you do that, yeah, I'm finna kick a damn hole through your fucking throat.
So that's the only reason I say that. When I was a stepdad, quote unquote, I
yeah,
could garner the same love that I did when that kid come out of that incubator and everything and
yeah,
thought it
yeah,
was
yeah,
mine.
yeah, yeah.
Only because I got to experience that, so I can speak from my opinion side of it. Is I can say, that feeling of being a parent and being an actual parent, in my opinion, didn't, because in that situation she had another kid with the kid that was born, quote unquote, mine. She had another kid that was 3. And I wasn't about to treat him no different because he didn't ask to be treated different. He didn't ask to be put in a situation with his mama or have his daddy not around. It was their choice to bring him into this world. So I'm not going to give him something less than what he deserves just because they want to act different.
And I'm not saying that you would. I'm just saying that a lot of people, like I said, you could treat him like you treat, you know, your daughter or whatever. But at the same time, like if it came down to a choice, you're gonna pick your daughter every time. And that's just my thing. I don't know, but I mean I could be wrong. There's a lot I don't know, but I just feel like that's why I just don't even want to go down that rabbit hole in the first place. Like, hey, look, I'm just not gonna
Yeah,
put myself in no
there's
position
a
where
lot to unpack when you start talking about children being yours and not being yours and being in a situation with baby daddy or no baby daddy or how mama acts, how mama doesn't act. It's
yeah, and I think as a man, it's a lot different because women are not expected to come in and provide for other people's children. They're just kind of expected to come in and be a complimentary piece. So, like, if I come in, I have a lot of responsibility to do. I'm pretty much doing another man's job, right? Like, I'm taking care of something that another man should be doing, right? And then I'm getting all the flack for it. And, like I've said many a times before, if he is involved in the life, then he's going to, involved in the child's life, he's going to have a say. And, everybody always says, well, that's something you can work out with the mother. Those conversations very rarely get had. So, I mean, it's not like
This ain't your
it's a
child.
it's not
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not like it's a common thing, and that's another thing. Like the kids have to open up to you as well because I know a lot of instances where like the stepdad will try to get on to the kids. You ain't my daddy, and that's a hard pill to swallow,
You ain't my
especially when
daddy. You just
I've been
want to mess
taking
with my mama.
I've been taking care of your little salami smelling ass, and you gonna sit up here and be ungrateful?
Now that's where
See, because with my kids,
ass whooping is coming. I don't.
you may
I don't.
not be able to do that though.
You're right.
That's the
But
thing.
I'm gonna
at
tell
the
your
same
mammy
time,
first.
yeah, you can talk to the mama about what happened.
She ain't gonna believe you.
Well, not even that. It's just the fact that and that's my thing. I don't want to have permission to discipline someone that, like that's I'm taking care of. I have responsibility
And
for
they
you.
disrespect you.
If like
Yeah,
you
you
get
shouldn't
hurt,
have to.
yeah, yeah, but I'm saying you might, and that's the thing. I don't want like you. I have a responsibility. If you get hurt, I gotta take you to the doctor. If you get sick, I have to nurse you back to health.
Yeah, your
I gotta
daddy
give
ain't
you
here.
money, and I gotta do all this shit. But then I gotta ask your mom for permission when you cuss at me or some shit. It's crazy. Like that's why I don't. I think that stepdad is one of the worst titles that you can have because nobody really like everybody says, "Oh, we give stepdads all the respect in the world until they're like your husband, and then they get treated like second class citizens." It's just the people treat stepdads like shit and don't even understand what they have to sacrifice to be with. If I'm just gonna be honest, single mothers are. I always hear package deal when I hear single mother.
you
It's not
come
a
as a
deal.
package.
It ain't a deal because a deal would mean a deal would mean we're both benefiting. I'm not benefiting from raising your kids, so it's not a deal. It's a package, right? But not a deal. So I'm sorry.
If if I'm trying to be with
They
you
do it.
long term, y'all are a package. If I'm just trying to stick and move here and there, this ain't no package. This ain't no deal.
And
This is
that's what you
just
should do with single mothers.
this
Stick
is
and move.
just yeah. This
You
is
should not
just beat
commit
the
to a single
moon
mother.
down.
You shouldn't commit to a single mother, man. I don't think so, personally. Nothing against them either, because I know some great, great women who have children, but at the end of the day, not a good investment for me or you. Not a good investment for you either.
No.
I don't think.
I don't have my 3
Or
strikes.
you.
I don't have my 3 strikes in this situation. I don't
Oh
think I'm going
God,
back
bro.
down that road. Literally 3
3.
strikes.
It's a bad. I done had a couple, and like to me, like there's always the pot. Like I've had a couple of women that I've talked to that had kids, went back and started dating the baby daddy again. Like
See, that's the main
always
issue.
another
Like,
worry. Yeah.
I don't get why. Like, I mean, I can say this all I want, but I'm telling them in that situation, I can't really speak on it. But like, why can't you just respect her as a mother? She respects you as a father. Whoever she with respects you as a father. Whoever he's with respects you as a mother. Y'all live y'all's life and do what's best for the kid. Don't do what's best for me. I don't care about you. You don't care about me. Let's care about this kid.
Yeah, that sounds great.
But that right there, yeah, it sounds great.
Sounds great,
You can
yeah.
package it up like that,
Yeah.
but that shit never fucking happened.
That ain't no package.
It's not a deal. Like I said, you can call it a package. It ain't no deal though, because a deal, like I said, would mean that we're both mutually benefiting. Or I'm getting like if I go to the store and I get a deal on like some cereal, that means that I'm getting it cheaper, benefiting me. I'm not getting no benefit from
'Cause
raising
I'm
your
with
kids.
you.
Right, I'm not getting no benefit from raising your kids.
Unless your name is signed, unless that kid is signed over to you, unless all parental rights are given to you,
Yeah, which let's face it, that's still
that shit don't happen either. Because a man is not going to give up his one right that he has for said female or female to said male. They're not about to sign their right away just so.
I mean, I have to say
The ones
that
I've been through, in my opinion, of course.
I gotta say that it's gonna sound really bad, but it takes a lot of fucking balls to sign your rights away. Like it does. It's not an easy thing to do. Like just like it's not easy. I always say, well, I always tell women like, if you don't want to have a baby, just go get an abortion. That's not an easy thing to do either. But it's also not easy to sign your rights away. Both of those come with a lot of backlash and a lot of mental guilt. So, I mean, that's not an easy thing to do. So, I think even men that really want to do it still like don't know if they want to deal with the stigma of you gave up on your kids or you did this or whatever. Even though like you can tell a woman 800 times, I don't want to have kids. Don't matter.
You nutted in me.
This is my problem with that, bro. This is my problem with that. Okay. Because every time when I say stuff like about women and kids or whatever, like they always say, well, if you didn't want kids, you shouldn't have laid down and fuck. And I'm like, you let the motherfucker lay down and fuck you without a condom. Like, they always say it takes two to tango, but they always want to blame the man in the two to tango. I'm like, okay, well, you were there too. You could have told the motherfucker not to fuck you without a condom, and if he did it, guess what? You could get charged with rape and go to jail. His life is ruined. Being a sex offender, there's consequences to him doing stuff. So like, it's not like it's you could have said no too. And the thing is, like, another thing that women fail to realize is they have all the control in the situation. That's why I don't have a lot of sympathy for a lot of single mothers because a lot of them is kind of their own fault that they're there. I mean, women pick men, right? Ain't no man. None of us are having sex if a woman's not saying yes, right? So they pick the men. They have the universal right to get rid of them. There's Plan Bs and there's birth control, and like I said, you could go to another state and get an abortion or whatever. And then, like, women overwhelmingly initiate divorces. So I mean, I'm not saying that it's all their fault, but most of their fault because they have a choice in and just about everything. So I don't know. That sounds a little insensitive, but shit is what it is, man. I don't know. I have very little sympathy for them. I do understand it's a struggle for sure, and that's not the part that I'm having. That's not the part that I'm like shitting on. I guess it's. I know that being a single mother sucks, but the fact that the situation that got you into being a single mother is your fault.
It's the fact that you don't want to hear the complaint about the struggle that you put yourself in.
No, and the thing
you
is,
could have avoided the whole thing.
Of course, and the thing is, nobody will hold women accountable. They'll just blame the man. Like instead of telling their friend, you laid down with a dude that you knew wasn't shit, and you knew wasn't gonna take care of the kids.
You got these no shit ass kids.
Right. We know, like, and the thing is, like, if we know motherfuckers are deadbeats, but like, women know who's deadbeats and who's not, but women want to change the deadbeats into good guys, right? So you lay down with a guy who already has 6 kids or some shit, already got 4 kids, and then are looking at us like we like looking at him like he crazy for not taking care of it. You already knew he wasn't gonna take care of the kid, and your friends didn't tell you, hey, probably not a good idea. Fuck him. Like we'll blame Future for being toxic, right, and having 10 kids, but we don't blame the 10 baby mamas that fucked him, knowing that he's literally the symbol of toxicness, and he proudly wears that banner, and women still fucking him and wondering why. He's
not gonna take care of these kids.
Like, of course not. Like, what do you mean? Like, the motherfuckers want to get with Chris Brown and be like, oh, I'm gonna make him be only loyal to me. What the fuck?
Shit.
Crazy. Sorry. Small rant. Biggest deal maker. So what's something a woman can do for you that'll just have you like, oh, okay. All right, I'll fuck with you. I'm gonna take you serious.
I know what your answer is.
Really? I don't think I've ever said it.
Well, I know one of them.
Said not having kids is definitely a deal maker, but that's not technically it. Because you cannot have kids and still be a bitch.
I'd say it's kind of like a 2-parter. I mean, we already said the deal breaker. So if you don't have a kid,
I mean, yeah.
and you take care of I say you take care of your responsibility as an adult, being a woman, and don't rely on a single woman, not relying on help from anybody else. Like, you have your house, you have your job that pays your bills. The only thing that she's going to expect from you, like pre-relationship wise, is just, sexual and emotional support if you choose to give it or not. So my biggest deal maker would be, a stable home life, like you're grounded.
So would you be okay if like a girl like lived with her parents?
If that's what you need to do in order to get yourself situated, then fine by all means. I mean,
But if you
that
just
that don't mean shit.
Yeah, but if you're just doing it just because like I've never left home and I'm not gonna leave home, like they take care of me, like they pay my bills. But like what he said, if you're trying to build something and get somewhere, and you can see the steps that they're trying to get to that grounded position, I wouldn't have a problem with that either.
So you want a woman that has ambition?
Yeah. Anybody should want somebody that has ambition. You don't want somebody that just wants to, I'm not saying be complacent in life, but, you know, not even have the like outrageous dreams of like, I got $1 million or whatever. Just have the ambition of like, I want peace in my life. Peace is what I want. That's what I'm building for, is to find that level of peace that I want.
So what if her level of peace is, being at home with her mom and like she's happy in the situation? Like I go work my little job at, I don't know, McDonald's. I come home and my parents take care of me for the most part. You know, I-
So to unpack all that, you'd have to ask them like, are you going like, is this where you want to be at?
yeah, like if she's
Like that's so that you're saying that's what she said. Like that's where she wants to be.
well, I'm just saying like not maybe that's where she wants to be, but more so like she's content with that. Like like maybe like she'll want to like well I would say not maybe she'd want to move in with you at some or with a boyfriend at some point, but while she's single, whatever, she's perfectly fine with staying at her mom's
Well,
house.
then that goes what he said. If she's just building on something,
She's not. Well, I'm saying what is she building to though?
well, I mean, if she's working at McDonald's and saving up money,
No, she's not. I mean, she could save her money, but it's not to go get an apartment or nothing. It's just
then no, not for me. I just want somebody like he said. If like let's say they had something, because I had to move back into my parents after my relationship failed because I choose to move into their house because I mean I
big
just
no
could.
no, big no.
You learn these things just by
Yes.
going out
Boy.
there. And
Absolutely yes.
you
but
just learn them by going out there and experience, and that's what I did. I had to
yeah, for sure.
grow up and be
We all have to.
and find out the fucked up reality of life that it don't work the way you think it's gonna fucking work. So going and doing that and then having to move back home, start over again and then go find your own place again.
Yeah.
Now if they're in a situation like that where they've like oh, no, because that means they usually have kids.
No, I mean never left home. I mean like never left home, but just
What
waiting.
age we talking about?
It doesn't matter.
No.
It
Y'all
does
don't- y'all-
matter.
I'm saying it. I'm saying like she could be whatever age you want to pick, young, even older. Though realistically,
The way you explained it, she ain't got shit going.
Yeah,
for
some of it's
herself.
just gonna stay at
and
mom's
okay,
house.
and yeah, and that's my question. Does that matter to you that she doesn't have anything going for her?
No, I want somebody that
Oh no, if she
working
ain't,
towards something.
if it's what you explained, no. But
So-
if it's what I was stating,
Yeah.
then yes.
So
What
let
he's
me-
on, I'm cool with. Like if they're at mom's house and they're like, well, I start school in August. I'm going here. I'm just staying at mom's house because the bills are. I ain't got to pay rent at school or whatever. I'm working here on the side, but once I get out of school, I got a plan to, now that having ambition is cool, but like just not like no, I'm cool at mom's house. I'm working 40, 30 hours a week. I'm coming home. My food's cooked. They do my clothes.
Well, no, well, yeah. I mean, I don't know about all that, but I mean, they might help with the food and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, they're just content with.
Oh,
Let me-
if she's staying at mama's house, she is most definitely getting her food cooked for her. Probably.
Well,
More than likely.
This is the larger point that I'm drawing. That girl would be perfect for me because one, I know she's not being corrupted by her single ass friends. She's got her mom and her dad in the house, and her dad especially is teaching her about what a man would want. Two, I don't give a fuck if she has any ambition because I am the only one that needs the ambition for real. That same girl would come here and she would clean and she would cook and she would be nice and she would be friendly and she would be submissive, I could give a damn about any goals she wants in life. What I want for her to do, what goals that I want her to have,
The sucky meat.
the goal that I want for my any girl to have is I want her to have the goal of being a good mother and being a good wife.
So the same girl that has ambition, that's in the same two-parent home, that has instilled the same values as her mother and her father.
Mhm.
You saying she can't give those same things to you?
No, I'm not saying that she can't. I'm just saying that I wouldn't have a problem with her if she didn't have the ambition.
Oh, you said that was the girl for me, so you could go either
The girl
way.
for you is fine too, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of ambition usually comes with undesirable traits. Like a hardworking, go-getting woman is not attractive to me because usually, because we know as men what you have to do to be a hardworking, go-getting man. Usually, you have to be argumentative. You know, you have to be dominant. You have to be a little combative. You have to be very competitive. I don't like those traits in a woman. Respectfully, I just don't because I don't want to compete with anybody. I don't want to have to like constantly argue with people. And like I said, it's just one of those things. Like now we got to put if you're working, now we got to put the kids in daycare, and that's extra money as opposed to if you're already a nice, soft, feminine woman, you here with the kids, and
So you basically want a housewife.
a traditional woman. She can work if she wants to, right? Like if she wants to do like a little part time thing, but I don't need my woman working 40 hours a week
So,
or 50 hours a week.
so my oldest brother's situation, his wife, they both, of course, they started dating when they were 18, 17.
Yeah.
Still together today, but she also went through, as he was going through medical school, she was going through school as well, getting a degree. First was like she went to cosmetology school, got a cosmetology license, and then went back to school and got a degree to be a teacher. Now she teaches at her kid's school.
Yeah.
But she's there for her kids all day, but she still maintains a household as a woman should and maintains everything like a woman should. That type of woman is what I'm talking about, that has the ambition but will walk beside you.
The problem with that is that it's a lot harder. And I'm glad that and your brother has a keeper for sure. But that kind of woman usually has a problem with coming home and doing these things.
Yeah.
Because or they get stressed from coming home and do because think about it, if you had to work 40 hours a day, 50 or 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, and then every day that you came home, or maybe let's say 10, 12 hours a day, you every day you came home, you had to cook and get the kids ready and help with homework and do all that, you would be exhausted. You would be exhausted. And and the thing is like if me and you both come home from working 12-hour shifts, we're both going to be exhausted and stressed. And it's just I don't think that's a good recipe, but it works for people.
Yeah.
And I'm not shitting on anybody that it works on, but for me, I think it's most optimal if she's already here. She can talk about the stresses that I can talk about the stresses that I've been through from work. She could talk about the stresses she's had at home, and then I can maybe even take over while she does other things, or she can already have it done. It's just
See, that's what I'm saying, like, or how I feel, in my opinion, is like, even if she comes home and there's like one or two things that she asks for help with, like, because even when kids come home, when kids get older, they want to play ball and stuff, you're going to go out there and
sure
practice, throw around with them and take that off of her for a while. Or like,
for sure.
tell a story or just do like one of the many chores that because I'd like a wife that, like you said, that would come home, cook, clean, make sure home is okay, and then be able to sit there and pillow talk about the day and everything and put kids down. But in the same time, like, I'm not just gonna be there just like laying on the fucking couch, like not doing shit, like not wanting to
No,
do shit. I'll get up and help with
but
whatever I can.
but if you did, to me, that's not an issue because you're literally providing the house that she's taking care of. That's just I think that it's the complementary thing. Like it's you're doing your part, she's doing your part. Both of them are equally as important because a lot of people think that a lot of women think that if they stay at the house, then they're a slave or submissive or some shit or not submissive, subservient. And I'm like, no, it's not that. Like, no, it's a role that you play that you excel at. And I think that what you're talking about, where like women will come home and do all those things, I think that the best optimal way to get that is when they work at home. That's why or when they're at home and maybe, they do something on the side. Because I think that it's a lot harder when we're both working. Now, if she wants to work, that's cool. But I would prefer that she did not. And my thing is, I don't care. The reason why ambition doesn't matter to me is because I don't care how much you work. If you're not giving me peace, I don't give a shit. So like I could have a girl who's a lawyer, and I could have a girl who works at CVS, right? If the girl that's a lawyer is nice, friendly, submissive, all that stuff, I'll still pick her. But I'll also still pick the girl at CVS if
Yeah.
she's nice, friendly, submissive, and most importantly, not annoying. You know.
Yes.
So if and then that's my thing. Like those are the qualities that I care about the most. So their ambition really doesn't matter to
So
me.
regardless of where they're at, it's your peace.
Yes, my.
So that's how like there's a lot of stuff that goes along with you just saying like what's a deal maker, because like you can't just say like if I just said ambition. But I say that I'm not trying to backtrack on what I said because ambition is a
Yeah.
big quality for me. But like having my peace with that ambition, like you said, and of course every other thing's being able to communicate well,
Oh yeah.
being able to do like there's a lot that you dive into when you say like deal makers, but like
So
the peace is a big one. But
that
mine is ambition for sure.
that is a deal maker for a relationship. As far as what would make me, as far as when I'm saying deal breaker, I'm talking about like let's say a girl just comes up to you and maybe y'all talk for a while. What is the thing that's gonna make you actually decide you want to take her seriously?
Yeah, it's gonna be your drive.
Okay, is it the same for you? Yeah. See, for me, it's just gonna be like, what are you doing to set yourself apart from other girls? Like, if you come over here and we have sex and then you just leave, you're not really doing anything to make me think you're different. You know what I'm saying?
You finna go.
Every girl come over, yeah, everybody come over here and fuck, but yeah, a girl.
Girl, we went over there. I had sex and all.
That's it. How many girls can say they've done that? You know what I'm saying? But if you come over here, right, and I wake up in the morning, and I'm not saying that it even has to happen, but if I wake up in the morning and I smell breakfast, or you done made my bed up, or you rubbing my back, or you're like, hey, you want to go get some food? You don't even have to even do this stuff. You can just ask me. I'll probably tell you no. But the ask, like, wow, like most girls just come here to get dick and leave. But you actually like, are trying to see that I'm attended to or something. I fuck with that. You're
Like,
setting
is this
yourself
like the
apart.
first time she shows up? Because if I wake up first time she's been over here and she's in there cooking shit, this motherfucker's gone crazy.
I don't know, bro.
In my opinion, if
I
she's
think-
already doing that, she's already halfway.
Well,
moved in.
my thing is, I ain't gonna bring no girl over here, right? I'm not gonna fuck nobody that is like a straight. We're gonna have some kind of like
Mutual connection.
If I can hit you, if I can fuck you on the first night, 9 times out of 10, it's probably not a go.
I don't know. I'll say this though: any girl that I wouldn't want like cooking, I'm gonna go to their house. I'm gonna go to their house. You can cook at your house.
So you can leave.
Yeah, I can leave. Yes, because the thing trying to get other people to leave. Yeah, but I'll go to their house personally if it's like a one night thing or if I barely know them type shit. But if it's somebody like I'm like kind of talking to and I kind of want to see if I'm gonna take, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You talking to them in their first night over here, like just first.
Oh
night.
yeah. I don't care if they cook. We've already had this conversation. I'm sure like there's already a foundation set. Like I said, if we're talking, it's gonna probably be a minute before we do fuck anyway.
That's what I'm saying. If we talking and you come over and the first night we do something, then
Oh.
You can't just sit there and talk to somebody and then just like
So hold on. So you're saying that if you're talking, like, let's say y'all have been talking for 3 weeks, and she comes over and you fuck her, you telling me you're not gonna take her serious after that?
I mean, it just depend on how serious talking has got.
yeah, the
Yeah, that's what
the
I'm saying.
content of it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, first off, if I talk to anybody for 3 weeks, by the time we get to the third week, we're gonna already have like, we're gonna have a lot. Because I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna ask you questions. We're gonna have that foundation.
Yeah,
So if you come over here and have sex with me, then hey, we've already like we already established that you're not just somebody I met at the club type shit, or like somebody I just hit up on like social media or something.
So what he said, I've been in a situation with a female before where I go over there and drunk, just talked all night. Really sex didn't cross my mind. I mean, whether it be I'm drunk or I'm just not in that space right now. And then I leave and I know like halfway know her friends through a guy I used to work with, and she's like, he didn't try to fuck. Like I was ready to fuck, and I was like, that makes you think like,
You know what I'm saying?
like
Cause 9 times 10, the first thing they gonna be is like, I I hope you don't think we finna do something the first time.
Oh yeah,
They
that's a
they
big,
ain't
big,
they ain't
big
gon'
sign that they want to
they
fuck.
ain't gon' a woman that you are describing would wouldn't want to do something the very first time.
Well, see, my thing is, I guess for me, it's not about how quickly we do it. It's about what you do after I give it to you.
pillow talk, like
No,
sit
no,
there and
no,
pillow
no, no.
talk.
Like I said, if she starts doing these things that I was telling you about, like after we have sex, because my thing is, I tell women all the time, once you fuck a dude, your bargaining chips are off the table. He done got what he wanted. So like, what are you do? Like my thing is like now you have to separate yourself. And if I fuck you, like, cause my thing, we could talk for 3 weeks. If I fuck you, and you just and that's it, then that's just it. But like if you come over here and I fuck you and then you like offer to like to offer to do something, you're setting yourself apart from me. I'm like, oh, okay, well you're doing something different. You made this experience a lot more memorable to me, so I'm gonna bring you back over and see what else you gonna try to do, and then it'll go from there. But like if I like I said, so to me it doesn't matter when I fuck you, because most women get complacent after they fuck you anyway, because they're like, oh, I gave you this good pussy, now you gonna chase me for it. So I'm not. It's not about when they give me the pussy. It's about what they do after I get the pussy. Because I'm not gonna change. I'm still gonna be this gentleman and try to show you that I'm worthy of this. But what are you gonna do to show me that you're worthy of me committing to you? Because women a lot of times say they ain't got to put no work in. I done gave them the pussy. I did everything I needed to do. No, the work is just beginning if you're trying to be in a relationship. At least with me. That's just my I want to turn my mic off. That's just my take on it, personally. But I'm a little different in my way of thinking.
I'm
So
on
yeah.
I'm on his side with it. Like if we're trying to get to a point of having something established, and we've been talking for 3 weeks, I'd like for it's hard to say because if somebody just throws it on you, it ain't gonna
See,
be like
as a
it's gonna
man,
be hard to say
so I'm saying,
no. But
as
at
a
the
man,
same time, like
You get more respect in most cases.
yeah, because
If
after that they'll be like he didn't try what everybody else has tried.
okay. So what
that's
if
showing that you different.
if you try and they say no, then what?
What you mean?
If you try to fuck her and she says no, so because I mean, what y'all are basically
That's gonna be
implying,
kind of like
yeah, what
a
y'all are implying is that y'all would not try to fuck her, or y'all saying that y'all would try.
So what I just said is
no. I'm saying I wouldn't try just out of the simple fact because like I'm trying to set myself apart from everybody else that
So you're trying to do the same.
that has tried it on the first time or whatever.
But see, my thing is
and
like,
having that as your main goal.
well, see, my thing is, I'm gonna set myself apart, and the basis of the question is, you don't know if you're gonna take her serious or not. I'm saying like, what is she gonna do to? Jesus Christ. What is she gonna do to like make you decide that you want to take her serious? And my thing is, that comes after sex. Like, if I have sex with her, um, 3 weeks after we meet, and she comes to my house and we have sex for 3 weeks, I I'm not gonna like decide on if I want to take her serious or not based off of that sexual encounter. I'm gonna
See, that's what
decide.
I was finna say.
Yeah.
See, me, I wouldn't even sex wouldn't even be what would win me over.
Right. Well, my thing is, and me too. It's after the sex for me. What
Because
work are you doing after the sex?
what he said is how you act in that situation where you don't have sex is going to set you apart. Then maybe that unlocks a part of them that they ain't used to like giving to somebody, and that's what'll like set them apart from everybody else. It'll bring out the side of them like, oh, this is how he acts, so I can actually take this serious and be, you know, what I want to be to set myself up in a relationship to take care of somebody who respects me and values the same things I do. And then after you get to that situation is when the sex can come in. When you both understand what ground you're standing on and where you're trying to go.
But the thing to me is, no woman is coming to your house late at night and not expecting sex. And my thing is, if you don't give her sex, I don't think that necessarily changes the respect issue, because it's like,
But
why
see,
would you?
that's the thing. You ain't. Why do you gotta hang out at that
I
time
was
of the
about to
night?
say that
But that's what
too.
I'm saying though. Like, if she's coming to your house, right? Look, we adults. We know what you're doing. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, then it should be take her to, dinner or whatever. But I'm saying, if she's coming to your house,
If she come
y'all
to
know
my
what time it
if
is.
she come to my house at that time of the night for us to hang out, then that's not
Even if she
that's
come during the
a no
day.
go.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
no.
even if
There's
she
only
comes
there's
during
only
the
It's
day.
not
there's
gonna go.
only two
That's not
things that
gonna
happen
go.
after 10 p.m.
It's not gonna go
Shit, even
nowhere.
before 10 p.m. My thing, if you come into my house, right, if we're talking and you come to my house, you already know what the fucking business is. So if sex is not an option for me, I'm not gonna invite you to my house.
See that?
Damn,
See
that's heartless.
that's the
It's
thing.
not heartless. That's the truth. Look, bro, we are adults, and if a girl asks you to come to her house, bro, you telling me you're not thinking in your mind, oh, she might want to fuck.
If it's in a situation like we're talking about situations like deal makers, like if a motherfucker offers me to come over and I've like know this person because I don't like just fucking strangers, but and looks halfway decent and texts me at night, fuck yeah, I'm going over. But if it's somebody I'm wanting to like see myself growing with,
Yeah, but that's the thing.
like that situation right there is
But that's the thing. You don't know that yet, because that's like the point of the deal maker. Like, the deal breaker is
So
something that
so you
people.
saying what would we do if we was asked to come over?
No, no,
What?
no. I'm saying that what is something that a woman could do if she was just a regular
No,
person.
no, no. I'm saying what you just describing last. What you said
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm saying,
when you
yeah. If
act
a
with.
woman asked you to come over to the house, you're in your mind, you're thinking, I'm not coming over here to fuck.
I mean, I'm a think that it's a possibility for it to happen, but like I said, I'm finna try to set myself apart.
it's not his
So
main
so
priority.
I'm not going.
You can set yourself apart, but I'm saying, like, you don't have to, like, the fucking. You can set yourself apart and then fuck her. Like, that's the thing. Like, you don't. The sex does, like, having sex with a woman doesn't, and that's what I'm trying to say about with me and the woman too. Having sex with me and or me having sex with her is not what's gonna set me apart. It's what happens before or after that sets you apart. In my mind, like, you could be like every other guy and have sex with her, but if you cuddle her afterwards, if you ask her how her day was, if you do all those things will set you apart from other men, because other men probably fuck her and leave. You see what I'm saying?
All that'll set you apart.
And that's
And
my point.
then the best thing to put the cherry on the top of all that you just said would be not trying to do nothing that first time.
To sit there and cuddle and talk and learn about each other. Like what I hear you saying when you say she comes over, it's like the first time she's come over, like inside your personal space.
Yeah.
To give her the respect of what he's saying to like maybe not exactly, but to sit there and pick her brain, learn about her, talk about her, what your family do, where you from, did you go to school around here, you went to college, like learn those things about her, talk about like maybe not like where you want to go in life, because speaking on the future as soon as you sit down with somebody is like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
too much, but talking about like past and present, what's going on now, where we are, and then after you get a good understanding of who you're sitting beside, then you can lead into the other side of it, which is the sexual side.
But I'm saying, do you think that you can't get that in one experience there, like one trip there?
Anybody can, but it's like he said, it sets you apart if you don't like. Cause when you leave, her thought in my mind, she's probably gonna have two thoughts: did I not look good enough that he didn't want me? Why didn't he want me? Or two, that motherfucker sit here and had a conversation with me a grown man had sat here and talked to me like a grown man about what I'm going through and what I've been through, and didn't try to get at me like everybody else that I went over there and thought that I was just gonna talk to and try to build something with. That one right there is the one that I'm gonna give a different part of myself to and let him see a different part of me. And then the next time you go over to her house or your house, she just throws the shit all over you.
Well, and my thing is,
Maybe not even the next time, could be a time after that. Just how it goes. It's just the energy that you give each other.
and I'm not saying that you can't set yourself apart like that either, but I'm telling you, there's also the possibility of, wow, he actually sat here and picked my brain. He got to know me. He asked me things that no other person asked me, and then we had
And then you
sex.
fuck the shit out of me.
Yeah, and so now the sex meant a little bit more because I can tell that this dude actually has some kind of vested interest in getting to know me, and that's what I'm saying. Like the sex,
I mean, you got a point, but to an extent, you still kind of somewhat get looked at a certain way after doing something the very first time. Cause her like you said, after the sex, her intention could be like you said, oh shit, I could actually build something, or oh shit, this motherfucker just like the rest.
well, personally, I don't think you will get looked at after you do something the first time because, as we mentioned earlier, you're not having sex if the woman does not want to have sex in the first place. So she's going to be the one that's going to initiate it, or not initiate it, but she's going to be the one that's going to kind of like accept if you throw the offer out there in the first place. So I don't think she's gonna look at you any differently because, like I said, the deal does not become finalized until she puts her name on the paper. Essentially, if you get my metaphor there. So I don't think that. I mean, because really and truthfully, if you think about it, every time when somebody has sex on the first date, it's always the woman that usually gets the scrutiny in that. It's not ever the man. Like nobody ever says, "Oh dang, well the man fucked on the first day. He must be some kind of whore." Or something. Like no, nobody ever says that. Maybe unjustifiably so, whatever the case may be. But that's never a thing. So I don't think that if you have sex with her on the first day, it's gonna ruin your chances. It's not because most women think
But
that.
it is a very good possibility that it can.
I don't think it's a good possibility because, like I said, like she is the one that's gonna have to sign off on the document for you to fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
So,
she
like-
could,
But if you're
you,
trying
you,
to build that relationship and let's just say that you get her to a point of her being vulnerable.
Okay.
Say y'all are talking and you get her to a point of her being, like, let's say either you're talking about her past or what she's going through now, and you break her down mentally a little bit, and then she just, without even knowing it, just puts it on you and tries to give it to you, and then realizes, like, damn, he got me somewhere where I was in my head about something that happened to me, a trauma he brought up, and because of that trauma, I gave this to him, and I really didn't mean what I just did to him.
That's her fault.
And he just went along with it and done that to me. Regardless if you meant to or not, you didn't mean to bring up anything that caused anything going on in her head. But after that is when she gets to thinking, like, he made me think about this. I did this to him.
But see,
The whole sex, it's a slippery slope.
it is, but I think that also comes with, like I said, what happens afterwards. So if you have sex with her, right, and then before you leave, you check on her, you good, everything all right, like I said, you cuddle, and then you keep on talking about the stuff, you revisit the conversation and things like that. Like I said, most men ain't gonna do that.
See,
And
that's what worries me because a female sit there and say, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm cool. Everything's fine. I'm cool."
oh, she
And then
will.
when you leave, and she's sitting there running through her brain of everything that just happened,
And my
good,
thing is,
bad, or
that's cool. But I'm
And-
saying that to me, the sex that because again, if she fucked you out of a trauma response or whatever the case may be, again, that's a decision that she chose to make. And I don't think, like I said, a woman can't blame you for taking women know that men are sexual creatures, and that's why they flaunt their sexuality to men in order to get shit from men. Like they'll twerk in front of a man and get him to buy him a drink, or like they'll go on OnlyFans and
but
show they ask for money. Like they know. So my thing is like they know that we want sex, right? No, I tell women all the time, even the man with the most purest intentions still wants some pussy. So women know this. Now, am I going to say that while on one hand it could give you respect for not fucking the girl, it could also fuck you up too. Because you said that she could say that, oh, he's respectful or whatever, or he's, am I not good enough? She could also be saying, like a lot of these women say, oh, that motherfucker gay. He ain't want to fuck me.
I mean, they can, but I mean,
All these are possibilities.
it is, and it's also a possibility as of what happens after the sex. Is it can go good, and it could also be nothing at all. That it's the last you hear.
And
So it's always a 50-50 side to it.
well, and you're not wrong there, but my thing is like, to me, women understand that sex is their biggest like weapon that they can use against men. Once they give men that sex, the power is shifted. And I think a lot of women want to see what you going to do when you get that power. And so if you fuck a girl on the first day, but you're still the same dude, you're still attentive, you don't change, you're still showing that you care about her. Wow, he's not just after me for sex. Even though I gave him sex, it didn't change. Like he still has a vested interest in me. And again, like I said, this is a deal maker. So these are like things that will like if for me personally, if I have sex with her and she change it and like she's just like done and she's like she stopped doing the things that she did before or she just never did them in the first place, then I'm not gonna look at you any differently. I'm just gonna look at you as somebody we fucked. But if you start doing things that maybe a girlfriend would do after we have sex, then I'm gonna be like, oh, well, a lot of girls don't do this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of girls, when we get done fucking, they just want to talk about them, or
But
they
she,
just want to go take the trash out.
but
Or, I
she
mean, they don't want
still
to take
could
the trash.
flip too.
She could, but I think that a good indication. I mean, because yeah, you're right, they could flip, but I think if a girl is gonna do all that afterwards, to me that says something to me because we live in a day and age, like I said, where women think that being like feminine or doing wifely duties as a girlfriend or as nobody is is ridiculous.
What if she drew all that out of you in conversation and just did it because she thought that was what you wanted, and you wake up in the morning and she's doing that because of the sex, you got the sex that she was going to give you, and you've also, would you tell her a little bit about like what kind of woman you was looking for?
Of course. Of
And
course.
what if she just did that just because it's what you wanted, not because that's who she actually is?
That says a lot about her to me. If
We'll
she
do that for you, but that's not who she is, who she really wants to be. She just does that because she thinks that's what you want.
That's what I like, man. I like a woman that wants to do what I want. Like you're trying to, because I'm gonna do that. There's a lot of there's a
But
lot
that
of
ain't
things.
no. That ain't
Who
a,
is she?
that's not a girl.
But
Kid.
do you want to sit down on the couch
But we
and watch
we
the
talking about
Love and Hip Hop
building
Atlanta with?
though.
But that's what I'm saying. But would you want to sit down on? Most men and not do not want to sit here and watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with their woman, but they do it because she likes it. So they sit here and suffer through it and watch it because they know that she likes it and they know that she wants to watch it with you. Same principle. She may not like to clean and do dishes, but she knows I like it, so she compromises and does that for me. To me, that says something about
I
her.
understand the compromise.
Yeah.
My way I'm coming from it is the desperate side. What if she's just desperate to have somebody and just does that because she's that desperate? Got the sex, maybe she had whatever, call it trauma, whatever, neglect, got the sex because whatever, and then does that because she's that desperate to have somebody and want somebody to want her.
I still would say that's a step in the
See,
right direction.
to me, that's a lot of going on with her
So,
inside of her mind.
so you don't think that a girl per se pandering to your needs?
No,
is attractive?
they can.
Because that's what she's essentially doing, right?
Once you get to the stage of being where you want to be, and she's tending to your needs, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, what if she has a trauma and she's just doing that just to try to fool you, just to try like to because she needs something.
Well, that's not something that I think that you would be able to tell from that front from the
You
jump.
wouldn't until down the road after the sex and everything's happened. You're like, all right,
Sure, I mean people flip all the time, but I don't think that you should disqualify people on the chance that they will because you don't know. And my thing is, if most women aren't gonna get it, like if I said like, well, man, I really enjoy it when women like cook for me or something, right? After and she gets up and cooks, like I don't think that most women like are gonna get up and do that. So even if she's doing it out of of like on some pick me shit, I guess, or whatever, I still respect that because she's still doing something that she doesn't want to do. Probably,
You respect the hustle.
I respect, bro. I respect somebody who's willing to go through lengths to make me happy. You know, that's willing to do some shit that they
But
don't
she
like to make me
really
happy.
ain't.
But she really
But
ain't.
she ain't really wanting to do that shit though.
She really
That's what I'm saying.
could really not be
Like I said,
happy.
you don't really want to no to make me happy, but I'm saying like you don't really want to sit here and watch Hip Hop Atlanta. You
No.
really don't want to go and watch this dumbass fucking Barbie movie in the movie theaters. But guess what? And you really don't want to do it. But you know she wants you to do it with her, so you go and do it anyway. And women appreciate that, and I appreciate a woman that's willing to do that for me. If I'm sitting here like you want to know what men love the most? Men love sitting in here watching football and they wife don't even know what the fucking touchdown is, but got your team jersey on cheering for your team. You wouldn't want a woman that would do that, even though she don't even like football.
I mean, after
That's
we've
still the same as watching Love and Hip Hop though.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are the things that, like I said, those are things to me that show that in the future, if we do decide to really, tie the no, I don't say tie the knot, but I wouldn't say tie the knot, but like take things seriously. I know that you have the capability of putting that work.
yeah, this is down the road. I thought we was on the little first starting. I stayed like in here cooking, like just doing it
The
because
3 weeks
But
shit.
my thing is like,
I'd like to see that side what you're speaking of out past that.
why? But my thing is audition for the job you want. If you want to be my girlfriend, if you showing me in the talking stage that you would be a good girlfriend, that's gonna make me, or you would do these things for me. That's gonna make me think, well, she would probably do that when she's my girlfriend, instead of me having to like take her word for it, like most people do.
So let's go back to the first question. What if the tables were turned and you was doing that for her? Like she was laying in bed and you got up after y'all had sex and you was in there cooking and cleaning,
Hmm.
knowing that's what she wanted.
Then I just do it. I mean, because that's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm gonna show any woman that I am husband material if I want to be their husband or boyfriend or whatever the case may be. Because that's just who I am, right? I'm gonna do that stuff because I'm gonna show them, hey, this is why you should take me seriously because I will do this and this and that. Even if I don't want to, I'll sacrifice some of the things that I'll sacrifice my pride to make you happy. And so, and they could run me over, or they could not be grateful. I'm not gonna stop if I go to another girl. I'll still keep doing it because that's what I'm saying. I'm auditioning for the role that I want. Like I don't want a woman that's gonna just be like, yeah, when I'm your girlfriend, I'll start doing this stuff, or when I'm your wife, I'll start doing this stuff. What do I have to go on to show me that you will? I don't have anything to go off of. But if you're doing this after, and here's the thing, after I fuck you, when you know you don't have any power left, and you're still going and doing that, you're still putting in the effort, that shows me a lot.
Yeah.
And that's just my point.
I understand what you're saying.
I don't necessarily think y'all are wrong either. Because, I mean, for the longest time, I would say if I fucked a girl on the first date, she's probably just getting, she's just to the streets. But,
Run through.
yeah, but my mind has changed a little bit. I just feel like it's just what you do after we have sex. Because, to be honest with you, like I said, if you come over here and we fuck, what are you, like you said, it's about setting yourself apart. If you come over here and we fuck and then you leave, what are you doing to show me that you're different? Even after 3 weeks, like, I mean, 2 weeks, 1 week, like I said,
She
it's
gets
even.
over here, keeps everything secret. I gotta get home to my kids. I gotta go.
Yeah, that's a big problem. Hold on now. Hold on. Okay. Um, the next question is, do you believe in 50-50 relationships?
Yeah, but it ain't gonna go like that.
Yeah, it ain't.
So it ain't really no way in trying to argue or agree or discuss that.
So you think 50-50 relationships just ain't,
It's a wonderful idea.
it's just not optimal. It's not going to work. I'm
I
glad
mean, it can. I would want that, but in most cases,
day and age
It's
we're in
not
is
gonna be like
Yeah,
not gonna
I
be
would
like
say 9 times out of 10. Well, I would say 6.
because what the how you want sounds like a 50-50.
No, God, no, no.
Not
Well,
you, not you being the provider and you bringing home everything, and then the house is took care of. Everything at home is squared away by
so when
her.
I say 50-50, I mean like she pays the bills or half the bills, you pay half of the bills type relationship.
Oh,
But what uh you asking him or you talking about
Or
you?
either one, yeah, either one. That's when I hear 50-50, that's what I'm thinking. Like we're equals.
everything down the middle.
We're equals. We're not like I don't want to say like somebody really like men and women are not equal because we're not the same. Because I mean, equal means the same. We're not the same. But like normally people believe in like the little gender roles, right? The gender roles. In a 50-50 relationship, there is no gender roles, right? You just kind of each person. Nobody's delegated to a task. You just kind of both do it.
I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah, I just don't think it would. It sounds good. I just don't think it works because I don't think women look for an equal partner anyway.
Now that some women look for what you talk about, having a man that provides the house and not. I mean, they're rare to find, but and they take care of the household chores and don't care to do that and be the mom, be the wife. And you got women that want to be the breadwinner, want the man just to be there for whatever she need him for at that point. But I don't think 50-50 would work. It sounds like a good idea. Sounds wonderful to split bills 50-50 with somebody like her. Like you pay the house bill, I pay the house insurance and the car insurance, and you pay the gas and water. Like that type of situation.
Yeah, I don't think it. I don't think it wouldn't work. I just don't think it wouldn't. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think it could work for a long period of time. If like on a balance of probabilities, like if all relationships were 50-50, well, hell, we're in a time where like relationships are a lot more 50-50 and like divorce is crazy. But
At a point where relationships hardly fucking exist.
yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's very sustainable in today's time. Uh, I think women look for superior qualities in men, and I think men usually look for inferior qualities in women. If that makes sense, like not inferior, but I don't think men care about success in a woman like women care about success in a man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay. All right. Last question of the podcast. Two biggest turnoffs. I think I've had this question with you a couple times, Jaylon.
Yeah.
But I already done said my number one for sure. Not today, but I've said it before. But I'll just go ahead and give mine really quick. Um, ratchet ass, loud ass, fucking just ugh,
Just annoying.
annoying.
Non-communicating.
Yes, argumentative. All that wrapped into one. Fucking hate it. That's my biggest turn off. Um, second, I have a lot of small little turnoffs. Like,
Yeah.
bro, like I don't know what it is, but seeing a woman smoke weed on like Snapchat is so unattractive to me, bro. I don't know why.
I'm gonna be honest.
I
So
don't
Yeah,
like
you
it.
ain't gotta flaunt it.
It's
Yeah.
masculine to me. Like I see niggas do that, bro. I'm sorry, but I see black people do that, and white dudes too. I don't need to see you up here, bro,
Look.
just sitting there listening to Dolph hitting a blunt.
So when
That's
I was
just
in high
so
school, like
weird.
you didn't put that on social media because you was scared like somebody's gonna tell somebody and the cops are gonna be.
Yeah,
Even when I was smoking heavily,
Now if we doing that together, we ain't posting, but we doing it together. I'm cool with that.
bro, like a woman.
But you being a woman
Yeah, like
doing it,
a woman bathed in that weed smell is just.
I don't even.
Bruh.
I'm gonna be honest with you. For the longest time, that was like my tier woman. Oh, she smokes. That's the girl for me. I'm be honest with you. I really could like that
I don't care
that
if she
might
do
turn
or
you
not.
away from me. Like even though I'm a proponent of it for myself, still like kind of being judging, saying I don't want you to, but
I don't
No,
care.
it don't matter. You can. I always say like you can judge people for things that
same thing. I
You
don't
can
like a
do-
woman smelling like cigarettes.
you can.
That
You can.
that there, boy.
Yeah, that's
God
gross.
damn it.
You could do that. I feel like it's perfectly fine for you to not want somebody that Like, if a guy is 500 pounds and he says he doesn't want a woman that's 500 pounds, I think that's perfectly fine. It's a preference, bro. Like, if you can smoke weed all day, but if you say you don't want a woman that's covered in smoke, I don't see nothing wrong with that personally. But it's just that's just one of them, like one of the small ones. Like when I just see it, I don't know, bro. I see the fire like on the end of the cigarette. I'm just like, yuck.
Yeah, I don't
Like, bro,
That's something I've never been with. I ain't never gonna be. I can't.
I don't like. I also don't like the big, long ass bonnets and pajamas in public. That's so disgusting to me, bro. It's so disgusting. The long, like the bonnets that hang down here, like, bro. I swear, why, bro? No, I hate it. I don't like it at all. It's so unattractive. I also don't like no woman that's gonna make a scene in public. Like that'll 100% get you cut off. Like, bro, don't embarrass me in public, bro. Don't don't
The
do that.
way you dress and
Oh yeah.
and then that posting on social media how you dress. If you got to show titties and ass and all this and everything, I can't do nothing with you.
Bro, a
I,
girl.
I like it now. Don't get
Oh
me
yeah,
wrong.
no, look
I
at it.
loves it,
A girl thought I was crazy when I told her that.
but us being together, I don't need you
No.
doing that.
A girl thought I was crazy for telling her that, bro. Like, I was like, you really think it's crazy that men see you shaking ass on Facebook and just want to have sex with you? Like, that's crazy that you think that men aren't gonna be like
This
that.
is this the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm done because I forgot to say it. The deal breaker.
Okay.
Then we had it.
Yeah.
Don't expect me to be in a relationship with you or wanna be if you got the OnlyFans and all that.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you doing shit
Hell
like
yeah.
that,
Selling pictures and shit.
we
I
are
feel you.
Private
not.
Snapchats.
Yeah, we are
that's-
not. No.
Yeah,
And
that's
they say why? What
Why?
the fuck do you mean? Oh, you just sent whoever randomly. You don't even know the motherfucker. All these pictures and videos,
oh man.
and now I walk up.
Oh man.
I walk in the room. All y'all done seen my girl.
There ain't nothing sacred.
Women don't
Yeah,
understand.
like hell no.
Like you got what
I'm
I.
walking
You got what
in.
I
I'm
want.
walking in here, and soon as you see me, shit, damn, old boy, girl got
Yeah.
the fat ass
And
pussy.
women
boy.
don't ever understand, bro. Like your whole it doesn't matter what you do as a man. If your woman is like that, everything that you've done is fucking irrelevant. Like, bro, like Donald Trump, bro. Donald Trump had the most prestigious position in this country. And motherfuckers was talking about his wife posing with as a model. Like, dude is the president of the United States. Now, I know he said some other shit, but dude is the president of the United States, and motherfuckers is talking about his wife. Like, bro, if that's not an example of how, think about Adam 22, bro. Think about Adam
Ain't
22,
no
bro.
way I could be in his spot.
Bruh.
Like you just letting your girl just.
Dude has a great podcast. He's probably in the top 1% of people in America. Nobody gives a shit. They're just clowning him because his wife fucked another dude.
Not just one.
Oh yeah, a couple. Yeah. Oh,
There's a show right now. Of
yeah.
Motherfuckers trying to fuck her.
If
A
you
woman-
feel
yes.
like that's the only way you can make money or whatever, you not.
I'm telling you, bro. Like women don't understand. Like, bro. Like we want a woman that everybody wants, but nobody can have. And it's embarrassing. And like I said, a woman will 100% ruin everything that you've done, bro. If I got this podcast right now, bro. If I was to date a girl that was a hoe, everything that I would have said, everything I've said on here,
That motherfucker's
he's just
lying.
he's just a fuck. He's capping.
I'm beating that shit down as we speak while he on the podcast.
Right. And the thing is, she could be on OnlyFans cooking. It don't even matter. You on OnlyFans
With
So
your
it
damn
has this-
titties and ass out, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like girls don't understand. Like that's what I was going back to what I said earlier, bro. Women think that they can do whatever with no consequence. They think that they could get on social media, show their titties and stuff, and think, well, a man will take me seriously. No, the fuck he ain't.
That goes back to social media. Everybody doing it. They're like, oh, they can do it. They're making this money. I can too.
They don't understand, bro.
You fucking up your home.
And then they're like, then they want a good man.
Yeah.
Then they want to wonder why they ain't got a good man. Like,
No.
I deserve this. Why
Now
don't
them
they
the
treat me
ones
right?
that want the ones that do them wrong, but want the good man. But once you get the good man, you
Treat
want
him
to.
like shit.
Nah,
Yeah.
them
Do
girls
do
ain't
the
gonna
same
get the
old
good
shit.
man, cause a good man ain't gonna be with a girl like that. It'll be the simps that'll be. You know what?
I got you.
I'll hold the camera while he fucks you. That's the type of dudes they're gonna get, or they'll get those dudes that'll just you know what? Yeah, you need me to set the website up type shit, or yeah, we can. Yeah, those type of dudes. Cause a good man ain't finna let his woman do that, bruh. And the thing is, if she want to do it, that's cool. But
And when
you
they
with me.
do it, everyone
And they
that's
mama
done it
though.
that I've talked, not like talked to date, but like just fucking with, then they like let you know, like, hey, I do this on the side, and you're like, glad I didn't let you know anything that I wanted to do anything with you like further than this. Then they'll say after they tell you what they do, I don't want you to think I'm a hoe or anything. Like, what the fuck else am I supposed to think?
What do you call
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, what do you call that? Like
And
when
my
I was in school and you sent a picture to somebody, everybody knew
You s-
you do that. You're a hoe.
you don't want me to think you a hoe, but if me and you talking, you not sending it. Yeah, some girls gonna want to see just for the hell of it, but they don't give a fuck. But you sending all these motherfucking dudes these pictures and videos,
Yeah, you ain't a hoe, but how do you have hoe
and
tendencies and
I
not
mean
be one?
you might not have fucked them, but everybody know what you got, what you look like, and now I gotta deal with.
Mhm.
Damn.
And them motherfuckers still ain't gonna stop. Like even if she like gets in a relationship, they still gonna be like, look, I'll send you $400. Like I just want to see something.
Because they're gonna assume she's like that. Because
And
a
Exactly.
hoe,
she gonna do it.
she may
For
not be.
real.
Even if she's not a hoe, she's wearing a hoe's uniform. Dave Chappelle said it one time. If I dress up like a policeman, I can't expect for people to come up to me and not ask me for help when something goes down. So if you're dressed up like a hoe, or you act like a hoe, you can't expect people to not treat you like a hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers just gonna want to slide up, send you money, want to try to fuck.
And
I mean,
and respectfully, like that's what I be talking about these girls at the clubs and shit, bro. I'm like I said unpopular opinion on Facebook one time, and I was like, bro, like you can't complain about men approaching you at the club when you have it's 30 degrees outside, but you got some shorts on that come up to here or a little last dress on. You on the floor shaking your ass. You know, you're going up to dudes asking them to buy you drinks. You know, you're leading dudes on, but you're
you
like, I don't
you
want this
get
to
mad
approach
when
me.
and you get mad when they try to dance with you. But damn, I just
Yeah.
did everything you needed. But that's what you wanted. But damn, you
Yeah.
get upset because I just want to dance with you one time.
Yeah, and this is where the should could would thing come up. Well, I should be able to dance and dance like and do whatever I want to without men objectifying me. Well, you should, but guess what? They're going to. First off, you're at a club. Men, I don't know what women think, but men come there to fuck, find somebody to
Yeah.
fuck. Ain't no man just going to the club. Oh, it'd be nice to go hang out with my friends. We could do that at the crib.
Yeah.
If I'm going to the club, hey,
That's a man's space is to
yeah, I'm
be
trying to see you
there.
shake some ass
Yeah,
and,
but
and,
when
and
you
go
go
home
to a
with something.
club, yeah.
So like they know what men are there for, right? So if you know what a guy is, first off, you know what men are coming there for. You know that the club primarily is meant like has the image of hookups and one
So
night stands. Like
so
that's
Party.
what
you
it's.
so you
Alcohol.
come in and present yourself in a way of getting approached.
Yeah, these dudes are creeps. Okay, well let me dress in a way that make the creeps want to come up to me more and then complain about them approaching me. That's wild. That's wild. That would be like I said. That would be like me walking down a dark alley in the middle of the night, or going through like a high crime neighborhood, like in Memphis, at the middle of the night, and just walking with like $100,000 in my hand, waving it around, and then I get robbed, and then I'm like, huh, these motherfuckers is robbing me. You shouldn't get robbed, no. But why the fuck are you in a high crime area waving money around and then expecting to not get robbed? That's stupid as shit. That's stupid as shit. Gotta have some self awareness. But anyway,
Bad part about it is they do have the self awareness. They're just not going to admit it because they know what they're doing.
well, they're not gonna admit it because it would require them to have what most women don't have, and that is accountability. Women don't want to be held accountable for their actions. It's always somebody else's. Like, and women are not held accountable for their actions. Society doesn't. You know what I'm saying? If something does happen, then they'll just always blame the guy, or, they'll go back to their girlfriends. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Their girlfriends won't say, no, you're stupid as fuck for dancing and getting shaking your ass all on the floor in a pool of alcohol in front of horny men. They're not gonna say that. They're gonna say, oh, they shouldn't have messed with you, and they probably shouldn't have.
I can't believe he touched you like that.
I can't believe you put your ass in his face and he grabbed it. Oh God. What you made? He bought you. You made him buy you a drink, and he wants to have sex. How dare he? How dare he spend his hard-earned money on you at a nightclub after you shook your ass in front of him, and he wants to fuck? Oh God! In a place where men go to fuck. It's really stupid to me, but I got called a woman hater when I said that. So it is what it is. But do y'all have anything else on that?
No.
All right. Well. We spent a lot of time on that one question, but that's the end of the podcast. So we're gonna do final thoughts. Briley, what are your final thoughts, sir?
I'm just circling back to everything we just talked about. I mean, I really don't have any thoughts right now. Just racking my brain.
Well, just on the podcast and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. Like how you don't have to like
I always
revisit.
go like a summarize. I was about to go back
hell
over. I was
no.
like, shit.
That'll take about 50
No, I mean,
minutes.
as good as the last one. I like hearing different opinions. It gives you a different outlook on topics that you wouldn't necessarily wouldn't normally think about or have a certain outlook on. So you like listening to other people, regardless of who it is, to get a different outlook on that way you can go off into life and have a different understanding or teach somebody else something that you didn't know before that you could help somebody out with. Whether it be an opinion that could be right or wrong, because opinions aren't fact-based. It's just, I like having a podcast to sit here and just talk about things that are actually going on and getting insights that you wouldn't normally have. So that's what I enjoy. Every podcast I've been on, even though it's only the second one, it's always a learning curve that you like to get up on and learn more about.
For sure. Sir?
It's always a pleasure. Everything is gravy, whatnot. Hey, gains is always available. Do you hear me?
All right. Episode number 32. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe.
Be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Confirmation. So, no, that junk was funny.
I'm definitely thinking about doing it's been a while, but I'm definitely thinking about doing another live podcast on Facebook or whatever. We're gonna let a lot of people interact. So I'll probably announce something like that on the Facebook. But the last couple ones I did were really good. I only did 2 actually, but the last couple ones were pretty good. So appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll let y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be easy.